How to make 100K per month using digital leads and digital leads only. It's one of the biggest things that people are trying to do these days. They're finding referrals are drying up. People who are organically reaching out has really declined. So everyone's basically looking to generate the next level of lead source, and seems to be digital leads. And we've been obviously in the space for a fair bit, so we've picked up a fair few things along the way. My name is James Lewis, CEO of Whitewater Investments and Biz Leads, and we see this all the time. People come in, they obviously are looking for leads, but they don't know how to get to like 100, 200, 300,000 per month profitably. That's the biggest thing. You find that what you're doing at the very start in terms of dealing with referrals, organic and higher quality prospects just doesn't really cut it anymore. So today we're going to cover a couple of the biggest things in terms of the four fundamentals that we've found are the biggest starting points to look at the business and then actually basically improve on these biggest four pieces. So let's jump right in. How to make 100K per month in financial services. So the exact math and the breakdown and the four segments. So section one is going to be, first of all, 100K per month starts with lead volume math. So let's quickly re-engineer it. At average deal value of 2,500, you need 10 deals per week. So you've got to figure out the basic numbers of what you're actually doing first, which means 10 deals per week at 10% close rate means you need 100 leads per week. So what do you actually need to do in terms of getting that? Just look at it from a high level. So 100K per month, that's over $1 million a year. You probably can't do as an individual 40 deals a month, which means how are you actually going to get to this point? And I'll quickly give you the blueprint that we find right now. You need 2 SDRs and you need 2 brokers, including yourself. That's how you easily hit 100K per month. So that's to start. Then moving on, you need leads. So you need someone who can actually generate you this amount of leads. So 400 leads per month. Now you have a few options. You can obviously have a small amount from organic and referrals, and then you can, and referral partners, and then you can go to digital, so getting an agency, someone running your brand internally, and then you can go do it yourself, so you can actually get someone to show you how to do it on a proven funnel, etc. Or you can buy leads via pay per lead, and that's how you do that. And basically you set that up so you have the most efficient and high ROI to actually get 400 to 500 digital leads, and you scale there every single month. So you start there. Next, you move on to your exact offer. Okay, so what are you going to do and how are you actually going to be different in the market as well? So obviously you have a lead capture that converts cold leads into booked calls. So you're basically getting a lead from digital and you are able to book that into an application call or a second call, etc. So simplify the offer on what you're actually doing. Okay, so what this means when I say simplify the offer, it says here, see what you qualify for in 60 seconds. So that could be the angle you're taking into the market. Okay, so I'll give you a specific example. Business loans, that's a marketing front. This is talking about specifically marketing on your offer. You potentially only want to go with high loan amounts, for example, and high income. So we have a client who actually buys some age data from us, and they only deal with companies that do over $100,000 per month. Like that is their target market, because they know that every loan amount you can imagine is probably going to be a minimum of 50 to 100,000, like at a minimum. Most likely it's also going to be $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 actually. It's going to be way more than that. So make sure you have your angle into the market and what you're going to focus on, and make sure once again you work backwards. Because with the leads, for example, to get to 100 again per month, if you simplify what you offer and really know what you're focusing on, you might only need 200 leads, because each lead, it might cost twice as much, but you can get twice the amount of comms from it. And then basically making sure you obviously have high impact ad angles. So making sure it is in the right awareness level. So there is 5 levels of awareness. There's the most aware, there's then product aware, solution aware, and then there's problem aware. So most aware, product, solution, problem. And then there's the least aware, basically, who are unaware. And you want to start at the most aware, which is obviously people that know you. That's organic. Secondly is basically people who are product aware, people who know about, for example, business funding. They know who some lenders are, but you're just placing an offer in front of them, and it could be your best current offer that people qualify for. Next, you can go and use tools, obviously, Meta ads, Google ads, send them to a go high level type form, calendar booking, etc. Okay. So you can run multiple offers as well, but double down on the lowest one. So this is the starting point. You want to run multiple things and have either multiple marketing channels or multiple offers out there that you're actually running. Next is the actual structure of your team, okay? So making sure, first of all, you focus on SDRs, basic tactics like BAM-FAM, which means book a meeting from a meeting, and then timeline control. So what does this mean? It means call leads, have an SDR that calls leads within 5 minutes. SDRs then book qualified meetings or live transfer them into the broker or the closer, however you want to say it. And then closers and SDRs must use BAM-FAM. Okay, so what that means is never let them get off the phone call if you don't have the next action already done or booked for on a day that's coming. So for example, it means that you go and you say, perfect, book a meeting from a meeting, which means you never get off the call without having a calendar time to do it. So you pull up their calendar, you pull up your calendar, and you make sure that you both have time that you can sit down. And every call, you need to make sure that you're always obviously pushing. I know this seems like super simple stuff, funding, approval, and application, but like, trust me, when you know that each meeting, you know that you're pushing one step further in the checklist and you're not just waiting for them to get things back to you, it's so much more effective. And then Section 4, which is making sure you can actually essentially count the money. So tracking KPIs and team-based scaling. So weekly scoreboard, leads, appointments, show rates, applications, approvals, settlements. Here are some stats that you can measure. And the biggest thing about measuring is don't measure them if you're not going to improve them. Think about it like that. If you've ever got a stat that you're working on or anything like that, do not actually track it if you're not going to improve it, because the improvement is the only thing that's there. But if you're going to improve it, you have to track it. Okay, so obviously everyone wants to approve it, so everyone needs to track. You can use Monday.com, Sheets, or Go High Level to track things live, and basically assign obviously key KPIs to SDRs, closers, admin, etc. And make sure that, once again, if you're not going to show and adhere that they are going towards these KPIs, don't track it. Just think of it like that. If you can't have a set time weekly that you currently are going to sit down for at least 1 or multiple hours, review numbers, and also then improve them, don't track it. It's just a waste of time, in all honesty, okay? And remember, you don't need a big team to hit over $100,000 per month. 2 SDRs, 2 brokers, that's it. I promise you can do that when you just literally nail these 4 sections, okay? I know it seems super simple, there's obviously way more to it, but that is literally the 4-step process of getting in a financial services business to 100K per month. You start off, section 1, month starts, you need the actual math for what you need to hit. Then you need to make sure the offer is basically, and the funnel is what you need it to be to attract that level of client that you're actually looking for. Then you need to make sure the process of actually handing the leads and getting them into a settled deal is good. And then you need to make sure tracking KPIs and obviously team-based scaling of how you actually get new people on is in order, okay? So making sure you're tracking things, you're improving them every single week based on and against KPIs, okay? So hopefully that all made sense with the 4 sections. There will be later in time a huge video that I will be releasing that will be a full breakdown of like step-by-step how to get to $100,000 per month in a checklisted format. So look out for that. But in the meantime, if you're looking out for that, subscribe, hit the like button, comment below if you have any questions on anything like this. And once again, thank you for watching. Speak soon.